morning. Good morning. I'm trying outside today. We're going to see how this goes. What may happen, and I get to test the light, is that I'm going to be in the shadows the whole time, and then I'll still stay in the shadow, but the camera is going to probably end up at some point in the sun, and we're going to see if that works out. It could go a little dark. But we're going to test it out because it's so lovely outside that we're going to see how this goes. So hopefully you can hear me. And it's Wednesday. We're about to do a Vinyasa Flow class. I'd love it if you had a blanket if you need it to sit on or for your knees, and then a block. And we're going to get started. This is going to be a good class. So get on your mat. Here we go, friends. All right. There is a little wind too, but I kind of tested it out over the mic. It seemed like it was working okay. But you know what? The worst that happens is it doesn't work, and we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. So, in my home state of Wisconsin, there is a lot going on again in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And I feel like this whole 2020 has been, if I bring in the yoga tradition, has been a kind of a Kali. Kali is spelled K-L-I, and she is a goddess. It's been kind of a Kali year. And a Kali year is a year where things are torn down and rebuilt. Could we say that has been somewhat indicative of what the year, like systems, things, just And so the story of Kali is a story where, in all mythic stories, kind of think of like Lord of the Rings sort of thing, but there is a very bad energy, which we can relate to, right? And as you hear stories, it's like you can imagine how this connects, right, to our own lives. Different characters, but similar, okay? So there's this bad demon, and his name is, he's Rakta Bija, and Rakta means blood, and Bija means seed. And he is going around, and he is just destroying things. And not in the good kind that you need to destroy something to like let something new be born, but just like destroying. Can we relate here right now? And no one can stop him. And what happens is the minute somebody tries to kill him, if a drop of his blood hits the ground, he reemerges. And so the gods and the goddesses, they have a Zoom teleconference, because that's what we do right now. They have a Zoom teleconference and say, what are we going to do? And they decide Durga will know. And Durga is this fierce goddess. And so out of Durga, she births Kali. And Kali is this, if you look up some images of Kali, just this fierce badass. Can I say that on Facebook? And she, within one sweep of her sword, she slashes the Rakta Bija and basically eats him up, because remember, think Lord of the Rings. And he is gone. Done. And what this story represents is just these parts of ourselves where we're constantly, I mean, we can have thoughts and things taking place within our own mind that destroy us before we've even like had breakfast, right? And right now there's so much pain in the world, and Black Lives Matter. Can we just all say that out loud, please? Like over and over, Black Lives Matter. And there is a calling right now to tear down systems so that what is right can start to come through. And so we can use our time on this mat to learn how to stand up for ourselves, to learn the Kali way, which is to stand in our own truth, to step into the fierceness of who we are, and begin to do more of what's right. Because you guys, as Maya Angelou said, and I said it in a class a while back, we do the best we can until we know better, and then when we know better, we start doing better. So these times are calling us to start doing what we know is better. So we're going to try to flip our perspective a little bit today. We're going to play a little bit with some inversions, but I'm going to give a lot of options because I don't typically, I'm doing this because I haven't been in the studio, and those of you that have inversion practices, go ahead and I'll walk through what I I recommend if you don't, and if you are new to it, I'll give a lot of options. So don't turn the class off if you're like, you just heard that word and a wall went up. There's going to be so many other things that we can focus on. So sit up nice and tall. I gotta make sure our sound is going okay. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. We're doing good. Okay, high and net. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale slow, like you're kind of pursing your lips a little bit so it slows the breath down. Let it go out your mouth. And do it again. Inhale. Really let the belly fill up three-dimensionally, and then exhale slow. Inhale. Slow. One more. Breathe in. Slow. Let it out. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a moment to set an intention. How do you want to dedicate or honor your practice today? And my wish, my prayer, my hope is that these practices begin to have a ripple effect. That they are for something so much bigger than just ourselves. That they help all of us step into our truth, to use our voice for good, to promote change, to do what is right. And then bow your chin to your chest. Let your hands come down to your legs. Inhale, lift your chin, open your eyes. So we're going to start out just a couple times doing a very simple Kali mantra, mudra and mantra, to help just kind of pull out the negativity. Okay, we'll do it at the beginning, we'll do it again at the end. So the mudra is you're going to tuck your thumb in, and you're going to wrap your index and your middle finger around your thumb, and then you're going to bring your ring finger and your pinky fingers together, and you're going to actually point it downward. So it kind of helps the apana, the downward moving energy, move out. And the mantra is Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. I know that sounded like a lot, but it goes smooth once you get it. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Okay, so I'm going to say it. I'll chant it once, and obviously you're not right here. So I'll chant it. We'll do 5 times all together, and if you're not comfortable, you just listen and just focus on negativity, energy that you no longer need. It's releasing as you do the chant, okay? Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. 3 more times. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Once more. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. And then release, let the mudra go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, let's come up onto all fours. Tabletop position. Move your props off to the side. Good. Separate your hands, spread your fingers. Align your knees so they're just right underneath the hips or slightly back, just a little bit. And I want you to inhale Drop the belly, lift the heart, and just pause. So let yourself pause, not the breath, you can keep breathing, but just pause the movement. Feel the arch. Feel the idea of opening up that heart, drawing the shoulders out of the ears, and the throat actually opening up here a little bit. You don't need to crank your head up, but just, it's open. And now do the opposite movement. Round the back, do the cat. And feel the force of the back body. That energy of hope, that energy in trust. Where do you notice the pose? Where do you feel it? And now flow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the back. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Neutral spine, inhale. Right foot steps forward in between your hands. Oh, I have a train too. Did I tell you guys that? I live by a train, so you might hear some ruckus. Inhale, lift your chest. You can stand fingertips. You can have a block under your hands. Opening it up. So we're starting the warm-up kind of slow. Taking a moment to really feel into the body. I like to think of the train as like a noise of mindfulness. So if it gets loud, just keep breathing. Every train is different. You never know what you're going to get. All right. Life is like a box of chocolates, right? Flex your toes. Heart forward. Outer right hip is back. Actually, there's a lot of wisdom in Forrest Gump. We could learn a lot through Forrest. Such a good movie. Inhale, heart forward. Shoulders out of the ears. Good. Rebend into that lunge. Plant your left hand down. Lift your back knee up. We're going to make some arm circles with the right arm. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Once more, friends. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now switch your direction. Inhale, open. Wrap outer right hip back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now right leg, kick it up and back. Down dog kick. Bend your knee. Open up the hip. Inhale. Re-straighten the leg. Exhale. Knee to nose. Good. Inhale, down dog kick. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Now plank pose. Just push your right leg out. Keep the heart forward. Exhale. Heart melts a little bit between the two upper arms. Draw the belly in. Inhale. Now as slow as you can, lower knees back down to the ground. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Good. Left foot forward in between the hands. Come onto your fingertips. The train I kind of use as a reflection to remind myself that this too, as they say, this too shall pass, right? That nothing stays. It's not permanent. Take your gaze forward. Lift the sternum up. Draw the tailbone down. Lift the pubic bone just a hair. And then Ardha Hanuman. Exhale, flex through the toes. Dig into your front heel. And energetically from your pinky toe to your outer left hip, draw back. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Good. Rebend into that left knee. Tuck your back toes. Lift the leg up. Making those arm circles. Doesn't matter which way you start. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in as the arm goes up. Exhale, sweeping it down. Hug that back shin in. Last time this direction. Let it go down. Switch it around. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Now down dog kick. Inhale. Bend the knee. Inhale, straighten. Knee to nose. Exhale. Inhale. Kali is this fierce love. This love that will never abandon. That's what she represents. Exhale. Plank pose, heart forward. That no matter what is going on, no matter how intense it is, no matter if we are at the lowest of the low, she will not abandon. She will not. Take another deep breath. Inhale. As slow as you can, knees drop down. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Walk the arms forward. So let's start to integrate the heart. Forehead begins to come down in puppy pose. As the back of the shoulders hug the hands in. Back of the shoulders start to warm up in the upper back. Maybe your chin starts to come down. Good. Slide forward into Sphinx. So drop your forearms down. You can tuck your knees and just slide your legs back just a little bit. All right. Inhale. Lift your sternum. Lift your heart. Gaze forward. And now exhale. Look towards your belly. Feel your pubic bones start to come up off the ground. Thighs are starting down. Inhale. Do that again. Now you can stay that way. Remember, I'm going to give a lot of spots where you just stay there if you need to. Inhale. And now exhale, keep the tops of your feet on the floor. Exhale, maybe lift thighs up. Inhale. Exhale. Now Kali is about letting things come down, taking things down, but it's for good. It's for the things that are not serving us. Inhale, not to just destroy. Exhale. So we start to purify away. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale. We got 2 more, friends. Inhale. Open the chest. Exhale. 1 more. Breathe in. Exhale. So good. Inhale. Thighs down. Lift the heart. Now you can stay here if you want to stretch the belly a little more. Your back is feeling okay. You can always separate the feet a little wider if needed. Maybe lift the arms, the elbows up. Let the heart move between the 2 upper arms. Hug the shoulder blades on the back. Lift the chest. Drop the tailbone. Lift your pubic bone up. And then exhale. Slide elbows out. Turn your fingertips toward each other. Slide your hands back. Tuck the toes. You can push up through tabletop, which I just did on this first one, or plank anytime. And then downward facing dog. Hips to the sky. Good. Breath in. Let it go. Good. Breath in. Let it go. We got 1 more. Inhale. Release. Let it go. Lift your heels. Inhale. Bend the knees. And first time, I want you to just walk slow, 1 foot at a time, forward towards the top of your mat. Good. And then from here, inhale, half high. Exhale, fold and bow. Reverse your swan dive. Inhale, rise, come all the way up. Hands to heart. Exhale. Good. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward. Inhale. Reach up through the palms. Push through your index finger knuckles. And then exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, up. Side bend over to the left. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, refold. A little deeper. Inhale, reverse. Interlace your fingers at the top. Breathe in. Side bend left. Exhale. Inhale. Side bend right. Exhale. Inhale. Swan dive. Exhale. Inhale. Lengthen. Rebow again. Little deeper. Once more. Inhale. Interlace. Palms up. Going back to the right. Exhale. Inhale. We go left. Inhale. Exhale all the way back down. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Your feet are about hip distance. Exhale, take ragdoll. Bend your elbows, sway a little bit side to side. Let your fingertips come down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, refold. Reverse your swan dive. Inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale. Bring your big toes to touch. Your inner heels just a little bit apart. Bend your knees. Sink your hips. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Good. Now I'm going to bring my palms all the way together today. If that's not working for you, you don't have to. And cross at your thumbs. Draw your front ribs in. Good. And then hands to the heart. Inhale. Good. Now weight's going to go into your right foot. You're going to start to pick your left heel up. Draw your left heel up towards your left glute for flamingo. Flamingo pose. Squeeze your knees together. Good. Keep squeezing the knees. And then arms overhead, left knee to chest. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly back to crescent lunge. Hinge your heart forward. Bring the hands into the heart and big step back with that left foot. Right foot's your forward leg. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands back into the heart. Lean your heart forward. Breathe in. Twist your torso. Left elbow moving to the outside of your right knee. Draw your thumbs towards your sternum. And if you want to open your arms up to fly, go ahead. Left arm down, right arm goes up. And if you like, drop your top arm down towards the floor and then sweep it over your ear. We're getting good right off the bat here. Take a deep breath. Now, if that's too much, you just stay here. Take one more breath. We're churning in there. Good. There being the belly. Exhale. Walk your hands over to the left. Walk your hands over to the left. Let's see, how can I do that? Okay. So you're going to come to a wide-legged straddle. Wide-legged straddle, okay? Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Exhale, fold and bow. So now allow the belly, which was just very compressed in that deep twist. Now let the belly, we're still having some compression in the forward bend. But see if you can find a little bit more depth in the breath, especially in the low belly. Good. Fingertips under the shoulders, heels in, toes out. Goddess squat. I feel like I haven't done a goddess squat in a really long time, and it's like welcome home here. Here we go. Now, we got to bring a little collie in. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready to get fierce? Are you ready to use your voice? Some days it feels uncomfortable. Some days it's like, who's going to see me? Golfer is going to come by at just the right moment. Okay, I want you to take Kali Mudra, palms together, interlace your fingers, cross your thumbs, point your index fingers, and take the arms up overhead. Inhale. Now, this is your sword. You are fierce. Take a deep breath in, and you're going to ha it out. It kind of feels good. You feel silly, and then you're like, I'm over it. It feels good. Exhale. Ha. 3 more. Inhale. Ha. Inhale. Ha. 1 more. Ha. Good. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Separate the hands. Good. And then you're going back to the front of your mat. Cartwheel the hands down. Step your front foot back. Plank pose. Breathe in. Chaturanga. Exhale. Up dog cobra. Exhale. Peel the hips back. Downward facing dog. Good. Yogi's breath in. Open your mouth and stick your tongue out. Sigh it out. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. I double dog dare you. Inhale. Stick your tongue out. Let it go. Because if you care about this, what else do you care about, right? Inhale. Lift the heels high. Exhale. Bend the knees. Look forward. You can step or float. Half high. Lengthen. Exhale. Fold. Good. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Reach the arms up. Hands to prayer. Exhale. Weight's going in your left foot. Right heel's lifting. You can always leave it on the floor. Flamingo's too much. You just leave the foot on the floor. Otherwise, heel sucks up towards the glute. Squeeze the inner knees together. Inner thighs start to light up and wake up. Knee to chest, right knee to chest, arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands back to heart. Slow, slow, big step back, crescent pose. Let your foot land so your feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Feel the power coming through center, going up. Exhale, hands to the heart, hinge forward. Take a breath here. Lift the belly up away from that left thigh. And then exhale, twist. Right elbow is going to the outside of your left leg. Option to open your arms. Right arm down. Left arm reaches up. And then you have another option. Sweep the left arm down to the ground and then take it over your ear. Continue to breathe for 3. Where can you soften a little bit? 2. Top handle come down. 1. Walk your hands over to the right. Straddle your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. All 10 toes facing the long edge of your mat. Exhale, fold. Now this time in your forward fold, I want you to take your hands, interlace your hands on the back of your head. Draw your forearms in so they're close towards your temples. And you're just getting a little bit of traction here. Some space through the neck. If that's too much, you can always keep the hands on the floor. Take another deep breath, breathing in. Let it go. Good, hands down. Here we go, heels in, toes out. Hands walk back up onto your legs. I like my arms to be straight. Here's an opportunity where you can let your shoulders come a little closer to your ears so your side body can get a little longer. Right shoulder is going to dip in. Inhale it back to center. Left shoulder dips in. Bring it back to center. Do it again, each way. To the right. Right shoulder dips. Inhale. Left shoulder dips. Inhale. Kali mudra. Interlace the fingers. Cross your thumbs. Twitch the other finger on top. Reach the arms up. Breathe in. Exhale. Ha! Inhale. Ha! 3 more. Ha! Get a little fierce with it. Ha! Like, yeah! Ha! Good. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale. Release the arms. Cartwheel back down to the front. Left foot steps back. Plank pose. Good. Exhale. Drop to your knees. Good. Drop to your knees. Come down onto the forearms. I want you to interlace your hands. I like to tuck my bottom pinky in so it's just a little bit flatter. And now notice your forearms, how there's some flesh there, right? We've got our meat suit on, so the skin moves underneath our forearms. And I want you to bring your elbows in a little bit so that when you slide the flesh out, then the elbows are underneath the shoulders, okay? Soften the heart between the upper arms. Draw the belly button in. Let your head relax. Your neck is free. Tuck your toes. And then lift your hips up. Dolphin pose. So some of us will stay here a lot today, especially if inversions aren't our thing. This is going to be such a good starting point. Hug your outer triceps in. Now if your hamstrings are tight, a lot of us get there and the hamstrings really hard to have a straight back. So we have straight legs, but then our back is rounded. I'd rather have you bending the knees. Push the hips back, straight spine. Keep the knees bent, totally okay. So let's do some dolphin dips. You're gonna push the heart forward, tap your chin to your thumbs, and then exhale back. Bring it forward, tap, exhale, back. Couple more. Inhale, push, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Remind yourself how strong you are. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. We don't show up to the mat always because it's easy. Exhale. Good. Drop to the knees. Breathe in. Puppy pose or child's pose. Exhale. Release your hands. And I want you to turn your hands so that your thumbs are up towards the sky.
So the shoulders can externally rotate here. Lift up, whether you're in child's pose or puppy pose, you're going to walk your hands over to the right. I like to do this from child's pose, but you can certainly do it in puppy as well. Take a side body stretch. Lift up again, walk over to the other side, over to the left. Inhale, walk back to center. Hands out in front of you, tuck your toes, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up into the air. Take a big breath in. Inhale. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, right leg up into the air. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. And then kick your left leg out. Fall in triangle. Reach your left arm either up to the sky or you can take it over the ear. Good. Big breath in. Keep that bottom arm bone hugging in. And then top hand down. Inhale, down dog kick. Exhale, right foot's going to step forward and through in between the hands. Spin the back heel down. Warrior two. Inhale. Let's cartwheel up. Back toes angled in just a little bit. Relax the shoulders. Sink a little deeper. Sink a little bit deeper. Not because you're forcing it, but there's an element of just kind of surrendering into it. Flip that front palm. Reverse your warrior and lean back. Keep the right knee moving to the right. Lift your right waistline out of that right hip crease. And then right forearm to right thigh. Left arm's going to reach over the ear. You can keep the forearm on the thigh or reach your right arm alongside your left arm. Remember how strong you are. Yes, yes you are. Take another deep breath. Breathe in. Spin that right rib cage a little more forward. Breathe out. Stay with me. One more breath. Inhale. Yes, you can. Let it go. Reverse your triangle. Inhale. Trikonasana. Reach forward. Scoot your back foot up a little bit if you need to. Right arm reaches forward. Right hand down. Left arm up. Push into your big toe mound on your right foot. Connect into the heel of your right foot. Spin as you push into your back foot, inner thigh, left inner thigh moving back and outer right hip carving under. Good. And then cartwheel the hands down towards the ground. Lift your back heel up. Good. Now, as your right leg goes back, you're going to try to drop your forearms down at the same time. Right leg goes up, squeeze your elbows in, and forearms go down. Good. Drop your right leg towards the floor, dolphin pose. Now, my forearms are parallel. You could go back to interlacing them. We're going to do those little dolphin dips here. So you're going to go forward and push back. Come forward and tap your nose if your forearms are parallel back. Two more. Forward, back. One more. Forward and back. Good. Drop your knees down. Interlace your hands. Tuck the bottom pinky in if you would like. Now lift your knees up one more time. Good. Bend the knees as much as you need to. And now see if you can start to let the head not drop, but slowly lower until it kind of fits into the back of the hands. Maybe you walk the feet in a little bit. Majority, like 80% of my weight's in my forearms, just a little bit on the top of the head. Good. And then drop to the knees. Sit back. Child's pose. Separate your hands. Turn your thumbs up towards the sky. Notice how we continuously were putting conscious rest in there. We haven't actually done many chaturangas, even though the arms have worked hard. This time go over to the left with both your arms. Maybe stack right hand on top of left. And then lift belly up, walk it over other side. Left hand on right. Good, walk back to center. Now if you're just jonesing for a Vinyasa Flow, you can come up to down dog and go ahead and take your flow, but otherwise you have full permission from me to stay in downward facing dog. And some days I'll skip the chaturanga. I'll just come forward. You can keep the toes actually tucked. Some days that does feel good. Just do the up dog, 'cause, an up dog is good stuff. And then just go right back to down dog. All right, here we get to do it again. We get to, on the second side. Left leg reaches up. Left knee, left tricep. Inhale, we kick it up. Left knee, right tricep. Kick the left outer edge of the foot to the floor. Spin the sole of your right foot to the floor. Fall in triangle, right arm either to the sky or overhead. Hug that bottom shoulder into the socket. Take another breath. Top hand down. Inhale, kick your left leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, think knee to nose. Step it all the way forward and through. Spin the back heel down. Warrior two. Inhale, cartwheel all the way up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale. Steady your drishti. Left middle finger. Beyond it, right? Not on it, but just gazing beyond. Reverse your warrior. Flip that front palm. Right arm down, the back leg. Left arm reaches up. Yawn through that left side body. Keep the left leg bending. The left knee moving to the left. Side angle, forearm to thigh. Top arm reaches over the ear. And you can stay here. Revolve the belly open. Or left arm alongside right arm. Good, breathe. And it's okay if you're up a little higher. If you have back pain, I don't recommend this one. Please keep your forearm down for 3, for 2, and reverse your triangle. 1, straighten that front leg, lean back, inhale. Trikonasana, scooching back foot up a little if you need to. Left arm down, right arm up. Grab that block if you would like it. Bring your hand on your shin is just fine too. Maybe gaze up, look straight ahead. You can always look down. Or can you soften? For 3, 2, cartwheel down. 1, good. Back heel pivots up. Remember how we're going to drop the forearms, or maybe drop the forearms as you go down dog kick? Left leg goes back, forearms drop down. Inhale. Exhale, dolphin pose. Inhale, nose forward, tap. Exhale, push back. Inhale, nose forward. Exhale, push back. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the shoulders lifting. It's very easy for them to drop as you come forward. You're going to keep pushing the earth away. Exhale. Good. Knees down. Breathe in. Interlace your hands. Bottom pinky has that option. If it's helpful, tuck it in so there's a flatter base. Find the flesh. Notice how it moves out. Elbows under shoulders. Once you've slid the flesh out, knees rise back up. Breathe in. See if you can walk it in and let the crown start to come down at the back of the hands. Keeping the shoulders still elevating. So if this is challenging, this will be where you'll be today. Drop down to the knees. Inhale. Sit back on the heels, child's pose, thumbs up towards the sky. Good. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Once more, inhale. Let it go. Good. Plant your hands. Lift up off your heels. Again, if you want to take a vinyasa, You are welcome to. Go ahead, take that vinyasa. Breath in. Sigh it out. Stick that tongue out. Let it go. Lion's breath. Inhale. Tongue out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lift your heels. Bend the knees. Look forward. Step or hop. Top of the mat. Half high. Inhale. Exhale. Fold and bow. Now you're going to bend your knees. We're going to come all the way down onto the back. Okay? All the way down onto the back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Move a little side to side. So camera is now in the sun. So hopefully this is going to work and doesn't shut down from overheating. Rock a little bit side to side. I know our color may have changed. All right. Hands are going to come back. They're going to support the back of the head. Support the back of the head. You're going to draw your knees in. Inner elbows touch outer knees. Squeeze in. And then extend your legs. The lower you go, the more challenging. 45 degrees is a good place. You want to be able to still draw the belly back where you're not getting any pain in the back and you feel like you can find that balance between you're putting in some effort but you're not dying here, okay? So exhale, squeeze in, lift your tailbone up, reach out. Exhale, squeeze, and lengthen. So as you do inversions, exhale. Of course, we're on the arms and the shoulders or hands, just depending a lot. But the strength also has to come through the core and through the legs actually lifting up. It isn't just arm and shoulder strength. It's the whole body. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Good. Squeeze. Lengthen. Squeeze. Try not to pull on your head. Just let your core come up. It doesn't matter. I'm actually not that concerned with how high up your head comes up for this one. I'm often letting my shoulder blades, the very bottom tips are actually staying slightly down. They like hair lift up, but if yours aren't coming up today, don't worry. You're still working your core. You got 5 more. Exhale, squeeze. Stay with it. Do something. Even if you can't lift the head up, do the legs, or don't do the legs and do the head. Last 2. You got this. Squeeze. If you're going too fast or you're going faster, then you're done. You're done. Good. Set the feet to the floor. Reach the arms up over your head. Arch your back. Find a cat back. Or cow back, excuse me. Cow. Let it arch. Whatever makes you think of arching, do that. All right, bridge pose. Push down into both your feet. Lift your hips. Walk your upper arms in. Interlace your hands under you. Bridge pose. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Once more, inhale. Let it go. Release your hands. Slowly come down. Hug the knees in. We're going to find a little rock and roll. Okay, you can take a vinyasa. Rock back, rock up. One more time. This time you'll cross your ankles, cross ankles. Plant your feet, plant your hands, and then you can step or you can float. Linger a little bit in your up dog or your cobra. Let yourself linger there a little bit. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Good. Take one more breath. Breathe in. Let it go. Good. Now come down onto the knees. Inhale. All right. Sit back on your tucked toes, or you can sit in a malasana, a yogi squat. So you pick one of those two so that as I just kind of show this next part, you're able to get a little stretch happening. So we'll take a variation. We'll take a headstand. Now, if you are not comfortable going upside down, you might need a wall, of course, to have a wall up against. But if you are newer to headstanding, you've never done it, this isn't the time that I actually recommend that you go tackle this, because our necks, you have to be so careful. So if you have a headstand practice, you're going to get to proceed here. If you don't, what I want you to do is I want you to do what we were doing earlier, which is hands in position, thumbs tuck, pinkies tuck in, find the flesh, how the arms move out, melt the heart, draw the belly in, and you're going to place your head right into the back of the padding of your thumbs, and you'll lift your knees, and you're just going to stay right here. Practice the shoulders not dropping. This is so, please don't do what I'm doing right now. You got to keep the shoulders lifting up out of the ears, okay? Those of you that are ready to take a headstand, I'm going to walk you through. So same setup. Those of you working that position we just did, we're all going to start the same. We'll lift the knees. I do not recommend kicking up. So if you are pretty comfortable, you can pull one heel in and then see if you can get the other heel in, and you just stay here. Some of you can pike up. That's a good way to come up too, but that takes a lot of strength. Legs are going to extend up. Push through both feet. Flex your feet. Now, if you brought knees into the chest to go up, that's how you'll come down as well. Draw your front ribs in. Lengthen your tailbone up. So if you're newer, it's going to be more challenging to stay, but people will build up to a minute, 2 minutes, 5, 10. Don't go there right away. You just take your time. So you can pike down. You're going to go knees to chest down. Some of you are just staying, remember, in that dolphin shape. Start to make your way down. Slow, slow, slow. And then rest in child's pose. Take a child's pose. You can turn the palms up. You can take your hands back and hold your feet. And then slowly, hands out in front of you, you'll take your downward facing dog. Take your time. Take your time. We're just wanting to keep the head lower than the heart. There is always somewhere to go in our practice. We never arrive, so there's always progress, and headstand is certainly not something we have to, if we've got an injury we're working with, we always want to respect our body first and foremost, okay? You're never wanting to push through any of that stuff. This is a practice for honoring, for healing, for listening. Good. And then come forward into plank pose. And let's draw all the way down onto the belly. Stack one hand on top of the other. Good. And just take a couple breaths. Pause here. And then lift your head up off your hands. You can let your forearms stay on the ground. Just lift your head and chest up. And then begin to lift your legs up. Inner thighs rolling down towards the floor. Kneecaps rolling down. You're supporting your upper body, but the lower half is having to work here. Now imagine the forearms are starting to get a little bit lighter. You're having to put already some more awareness in the back body. And see if you can cactus your arms. Cactus your arms. Lift the legs up a little bit more. For 3, for 2, and release. Okay, good. Now other hand on top, opposite as last time. And again, lift your head up to start. Lift your head up to start. I'm going to go in phases. Please stop wherever it feels good. Chest is up. Legs lift up. Forearms are still down. Forearms are still down. Cactus the arms, open it up. And then if you want to, bend your knees, reach back, catch your outer ankles, kick back into your shins, lift your chest up. Dhanurasana bow pose for 3. Good, 2. And bring your hands by your rib cage. Remember, you can go up through plank. You can go through tabletop, but we're going to make our way back to child's pose again. So any way you like, push away from the earth And then exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. And then walk your hands back in so they're closer towards your legs. Take your legs to one side. So let's just bring both out in front. Let's come into the danda, the staff pose. Okay, legs straight out in front of you. Draw the heads of the shoulders back. Bring your hands alongside you so that your fingertips point forward, and then bend your knees. Place your feet to the floor. We're going to take a reverse table. Just one more back strengthener here before we do the east and the west poses. We'll do both here. So inhale, lift your hips up. Send your tailbone towards the back of your knees. Lift your chest. Good. Now if this is too hard on the wrist, you can always do it on your forearms. Okay, you can do a variation of this on the forearms. And I'll show that here in just a second. Good. Come down. Now some of you, second time, you can go for reverse plank. You also can just straighten the legs out, forearms down, and just lift the heart. It's kind of like a variation of fish, but you don't have to bring your whole body up if that's just too much. Okay, so second time, lift your body up, whichever variation you want to take, reverse plank or reverse table. Bring your back body up. Inhale for 3, for 2, and 1. Good. Set it down. All right, pull the flesh out from underneath the sit bones. Flex your feet and inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Couple deep breaths. Make sure we haven't shut down. Good. Good. Inhale. Bring it all the way back up. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Keep your left leg straight. Vinyasa. Right hand behind you. Left arm goes up. Exhale, twist. Now you can bring the elbow to the outside. If that feels like too much on your back, you're going to just hook the elbow around the knee. You don't need to overdo it here. Really become aware of the low belly as you breathe. Breathing in. Maybe close your eyes. Exhale. Breathing out. Good. And then unwind. You're going to take cradle the baby. I like to bend my bottom leg in. You're welcome to keep it straight. All right, so both hands, you can hold the outer edge of the foot, or you can put your foot into the crook of the elbow. So the key here, there's lots going on, and I have my blanket over there. It's very helpful here to have a blanket. If this is too much, you can hold the leg a little lower so the spine here can be straight. When the spine is straight, you're going to get more release in the hips. So worry less about getting the foot into the crook of the elbow with a rounded spine. Think, how can I get a straighter spine and still enjoy the hip opener? So you can cradle it like I'm doing. If you're doing that, think about your heel pulling down, your elbow lifting up, your left elbow lifting up, your right knee moving away from your right shoulder, and your shin is parallel to the front of the chest. Yeah. It's something. It's something, something. Good. Take one more breath. And then set it down for double pigeon, flexing your feet. Double pigeon's a big pose, so you are welcome to take Sukhasana just with right shin in front of left shin. Makes it a lot more accessible that we can breathe pretty deeply. So sit up nice and tall. And if you want to, as you are here, this is such a good time to take that mudra again. Thumb tucks in. This is the Shakti mudra. Index and middle finger wrap around, and then the ring finger and the pinky fingers, they touch, okay? And you're pointing it downward. So you can do it right at the belly, between the legs, lift the chest. Now if you prefer to go deeper and let go of the mudra and just let your forehead come forward, that's fine too. But those of us that I'm feeling plenty, sitting upright,
I can work with the energy that's probably locked up in the hip, in my hip. Focusing on the apana, the outward moving energy. And if you wanted to, in your mind, you could add the mantra in. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. You don't need to say it out loud. You just kind of sing it in your head. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. And just keep chanting it. There's something in all of us that we would like to release. It's judgment, maybe it's comparison, maybe it's a belief that you know is holding you back, like doubt. And maybe today, maybe this day is the day that you decide to take back your power. Maybe this story originated from an experience that you had, but today is the day you decide. You remember Kali and the fierceness, Mother Kali, the fierceness of what she represents, of speaking your truth and standing up for yourself, and you decide to give the power back to yourself. Very good. And then let go of the mudra. Stretch the legs out. Whew. All right, second side, left leg over, right arm up, left hand is behind you. Marichyasana. Flex your right foot. Push through the big toe mound and the heel. And then get the sitting bones to connect into the earth so your spine can be straight. Begin to revolve from the deepest part within you, the deep belly, without trying to worry about your upper body cranking and over-rotating. Good. And then unwind, cradling the baby. I like to draw my right bottom leg back in, but you are welcome to keep it straight. Whew. So you can see on my left side is a little tighter, and my heel, it does not want to come up here. It's like, So, I'll turn from the side so you can really see this. So I can bring it in if I really round. So the key is here, I'm going to let the leg come away a little bit more so I can get on the sit bones. Okay, there we go. Get the heel. Pretty good. I'm just going to start with the one arm. Keep the chest tall. Interlace the fingers. Can I keep the chest tall? And then I'm just going to work those movements. Inner heel. Try to draw the inner heel like you're dragging it against your elbow down, and the elbow is trying to help pull up the left foot without the left sit bone coming up off the ground. Yeah. It's like makes the nostrils flare. Like, All right. Maybe it's just me. Left shin on top. Double pigeon, Agni Stambhasana. Flex your feet. Lift the chest. Now you can fold forward, thumb in, index, middle finger, wrap around. This is actually a hard mudra for me to hold, like just so if you're experiencing that too, the index and middle finger, sometimes it's hard for them to stay tight in. You're just going to do the best you can. But as soon as I try to reach my ring fingers together, this left finger, it just kind of, on its own, just starts to move away. So I have to kind of really keep them bringing together. So again, ring finger and pinky are together. Lift the chest. Flex your feet. Shins are forward so that you're making a triangle between your legs. If you want to fold forward, take no mudra. That is totally fine. And if you like adding in the mantra, for some of us are really helpful. Others of us, you're just like, whatever. So use it if it's useful. That's when you're ready, right? The teacher will appear when the student is ready, like that whole thing. When you're ready, you're ready. And when you're not, you're not. You have to be ready. So if you want the mantra to help, what this mantra really does is it just clears out negativity, negative emotion. That's what this is for. So if you would like it, it's there for you. Om Klim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Klim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Klim Kalikaye Namaha. And you just keep chanting it on your own. And then release the mantra. Good. And you're going to slide all the way down onto your back. Hug those knees in towards your chest. So one of the purposes of the practice is to move out the alma, which is like the slug and all the things that get stuck. Let's take a happy baby pose. And to brighten our ojas, our light from within ourselves, drawing down on the outer edges of the feet. Take the feet wide, knock your knees in, cactus your arms. Take your knees to the right, inhale. Option to hook your right ankle above your left knee. Heel down, knees up, knees over to the left. Hooking your left ankle, if you like, above right knee. Knee down, fish's pose, final pose, or Matsyasana. Legs go straight. You're going to sit on your hands. Again, if you have any neck issues or injuries, shoulders, please just arch your back, but keep your head down. You can kind of watch if you can still see in the camera. I'm just sort of puffing up my chest, but I'm not going to put any weight on my head. And those of you that can, you can go ahead and lift and let the crown touch. You can point or flex your feet. If you have a comfortable practice where your legs lift up, you are welcome to do that as well. For 3, thinking about opening up that heart, opening up your throat so you can speak your truth and do what is right. As you know better, you continue to use your voice to do better. And then chin tucks to chest. Let your legs separate out. Turn your palms up. Close your eyes. Come into Shavasana. And as your mind begins to wander, or if it begins to wander, you can come back and you can use this mantra if you like. Om Klim Kalikaye Namaha. These practices, they begin to clean house for us. And in this way, that's what Kali does, the energy of this mythic goddess. And sometimes this purification, it can feel pretty intense, pretty raw. yourself just feel whatever is showing up for you. Try not to push it away, just be with it. If you have more time to stay in Shavasana, I encourage you to do so. But those of you that need to keep moving on, start to move your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms up and over your head. Bend your knees, connect your feet to the earth. Roll to your right side. Place your hands as you bring yourself back upright. Bring your hands back into the heart. Close your eyes or let your gaze be down at the floor. Yogis, Kali lives within us as this magnetic draw of ultimate oneness. She is the call of self to let go of everything that would separate us from what we always already are. She symbolizes the oneness. She symbolizes the truth. She symbolizes standing up for what is right, even when it isn't easy. Black Lives Matter. Do the best you can until you know better, and then, my friends, we have to start doing better. This is a call for us all to step up, because we can do more. 3 chants, 3 times through, ending with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, 3 Kali calls. Take a breath in. Let it go. Inhale. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Last time. Om Kleem Kalikaye Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Comes to third eye. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Thank you for being here. We had a lot of parts in this class that I don't often put in, the mantras and the chanting, so I hope you enjoyed this, and let's go use our voices to do more of what's right. So thank you. Have an amazing week. I will see you tomorrow for healing at 10 a.m.